What is going on, everyone? Shiva Sapkota here with another Tesla accessory review. Today we are reviewing the retractable sunroof sunshade cover for Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. We're going to be installing this in a Model Y, but they also sell a version that is compatible for Model 3, which we'll probably review in the future. These are super nice because these are fabric, invisible, and they perfectly align with the headliner on the Model Y. This product comes from Hansho, and if you have been following our channel for a while now, you know that we love Hansho's product. We have done a lot of installation from their website. They bring out the latest and greatest Tesla accessories for a very reasonable price compared to other vendors out there, and we have a special discount code, Shiva Tesla. If you use that code, you can get the products even cheaper, sometimes 15 to 30% off using the special discount code. That is linked in the description below. Again, Shiva Tesla. Let's get started. This is what the packaging looks like when you first get it. As you can see, it is fully wrapped, very protected. They also send you a pry tool, some gloves, and an Allen wrench for installation. So this is what it looks like with all the packaging removed. As you can see, the headliner matches the Tesla's headliner. So this is going to be a really nice fit. We'll put it on and we'll show you what this looks like. So from the back here is how you see all of this in action. There's these threads here. These are very small threads and the roller is right there. But when you pull this out, as you can see, the roller just rolls and stretches out, and then you can just put this back. So super easy, retractable, this rolls and it is invisible. You can't see it from the other side what is happening other than just this fabric is coming out. Now to figure out which is front and which is back, it is pretty straightforward. You just lift this, and when you lift it, the front has those two holes where you need to use the Allen key. I'll show you how to do that in just a second, but the rear one does not have any holes, so you know that this side is rear. Now let me show you an important step before you go ahead and install in your car. Let's zoom in over here. Now once you have established that this is the rear side, all you have to do is rotate this clip here and then do the same thing on the bottom one. Rotate this so that this faces this way. For this next step in the installation process, you want to fold your seat. If you have a 5-seater, just fold the second row. If you have a 7-seater, fold the third row as well, and then just fold all of the seats so you have plenty of room over there. And we want to face the right orientation. This is the rear side, as we said earlier, because we flipped those panels going this way, the tabs, so that this is the rear side, and you want to align it just like that. Now we're just going to lift this up and then insert it inside the headliner. And we'll show you that from inside. This is the step where it is greatly helps if you have a person who can help you lift the other side. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to lift this side, and if you see these tabs that we flipped earlier, they're gonna go inside the headliner. So right here, you can use a pry tool, but for this next step, you don't really need a pry tool. There's plenty of space over here. And all we are going to do is push this up, just align it here, push this up on both sides, then you're just going to push it in to secure the tabs here. So here is the tab that it simply aligns with the top headliner and slides into the space in between the headliner and the glass roof. This is the exact same step on the other side. Once you have those aligned, you just have to push it towards the back and it just installs into its place. The process is exactly the same for the front one, except you align the bracket on the top and then use an Allen key they sent to insert it through that hole in the bottom and turn the top bracket. Since it is really hard to show you over there because the space is super tight, I'm going to show you how this works in the bottom. So this is the tab we're talking about here, that we need to wedge it right here inside the headliner. So align that first, then take the Allen key that they sent you, go over here at this hole in the bottom here, and then all you're doing is twisting this. So when you turn this around, as you see, it goes inside that headliner and then it secures it so it does not fall down. So that's all you're doing, twisting this on both sides here after you have aligned it here on the top. You can then use a pry tool that they sent to expand the space between the headliner and the glass roof so you can turn the top tab into its place. Just be patient with this step. All right, so I got one side in and I'm trying to put this side in, and I'm not gonna lie, this is super tedious. You gotta be careful. You don't wanna over tighten this where it touches the roof, because I've broken my glass roofs in the past and this is pretty fragile in my opinion. So you want to be careful and you want to take your time. Now the final portion of this installation includes taking this pin over here and then just putting it through the hole so you know it covers it, so it looks like an OEM fit. There's no hole, exposed hole here. So as you can see, this makes a huge difference here. You go from all that light and the sun's glare directly hitting you inside to not having anything in just a matter of seconds. This is super easy. You can just open the rear, you can just open the front, you can just close and open both. Really, really nice and easy, and this does not get stuck. As you can see, it's not an automatic that it just rolls out, but the quality is pretty nice. It's a live demo over here. I'm just closing and opening, and it did a good job. We're gonna do a quick temperature test here. So this car has been sitting outside on a direct sunlight for the last 30 minutes. So it has had time, and this is warm to the touch. So I'm not doing a comparison of where it's the hot glass, and then I just closed this and it's cool. This was rolled, but this was not rolled. It was exactly like this. So it has been getting that sun's heat directly. So what we're gonna do is we're going to first open this and then measure the glass temperature here. And we are getting 121.6, and I can tell because I can't even touch it directly. Now, let's close this. We're getting 106, so that is a significant drop in temperature at that exact same spot with having this installed versus without having this installed. So if you just had this, you are exposed to that full, like 122.5 here. Now, 106.8, so that's a huge difference in temperature. All right, so I've tested this for about 5 days or so. I went on a longer road trip recently with this install, and it was a life changer. I absolutely love it. I can see the difference, feel the difference between having this and not having any sunshades on top. And you can also visually see it, right? Like the sun, it hits directly and it gets really hot. I can feel it right away that I am toasted here versus this feels cooler. It's not gonna be nice and cool like the air conditioning is on, but it does reduce it quite a bit. And we did some temperature testing here, and it dropped it by at least 15 degrees Fahrenheit because this thing is super hot. I want to do another temperature testing here. So we are getting about 113.7 directly on top of me here, and then we are getting about 100. So we're seeing a 13-degree difference in temperature with having this versus without having those. So it's a really nice design. I like the cloth one better than the honeycomb pattern, because the honeycomb pattern, even though it looked great, it looked more like a window, like a house window type of a design, versus this ones, they fit more with the interior of the car. These are fabric design. They look like a headliner. They look like what you have on a car that has a sunshade that you just remove, like a normal sunshade, and then see the glass. So this looks more of a traditional looking device, and just the cloth is a high quality cloth. It's absorbent, it reflects the sun, and I can tell the difference between having this and not having this installed in my car. Another thing that came up on my review last time of the sunshades were, does it rattle? No, I have not noticed anything. It does not rattle at all, and I think it is because this is a fabric, and it's just really securely placed everywhere. It is a really nice snug fit that I don't think it has any room for rattling. This is an amazing solution, especially given all the heat waves that is making rounds around the country and around the world, and just having that protection from the sun. I mean, it's a big difference. Like I can barely touch this surface over here because this is so damn hot, but I can close this and I am able to touch this fabric without any issues. That just tells you that it makes a difference, and so many people are going through that right now. So I would highly recommend it if you have a Model 3 or Model Y. They do make this for Model 3 as well. Now, a couple of things that I do want you to be aware of so it doesn't come as a surprise, because my goal in this channel is to just test all of these accessories and make sure that I'm telling you everything that I observe about these accessories. I cannot catch 100% of the flaws on this product, but I can try my best to give you everything that you need to know. One thing that I noticed right away is that this does drop the height, so you do lose some of that glass, especially right here in the middle. As you can see, there is a little bit of a just a little bit of a clearance for my head here on a Model Y. I'm sitting on this middle seat here towards the front. If I go back, it does become a little bit of a closer here. But right here, if I were to take my measuring tape, it looks like it's about 2.5 inches that you lose right here in the center. So just keep that in mind, that you are going to lose some of this area, the gap here. So if you have a tall passenger in the back or in the front, I would be a little bit cautious to have this installed. But for me, the benefit just outweighs all of that, because I can feel the difference. The front installation, one side went in super easily. There was a wide opening on the headliner. Maybe that is the reason. The other side had a very, very narrow opening on the headliner. Even putting a pry tool, I was having an extremely difficult time propping that open. And maybe that is the car's finish defect, not this product defect, because the product is exactly the same on both sides, so it should have gone in exactly how it went in one side. But I had such a hard time putting one side in. Using a pry tool, I gotta be careful because I don't want to break the glass. So future suggestion for Hanstra, to make this super easy for everybody, they should incorporate a design where they have a sliding bracket. So you start the bracket in the very middle, because there's a lot of space in the very middle, and then you just slide them out towards the right as far as you can go. That way it is an easier solution versus having that on the edge. Again, maybe it's just my car, maybe yours is going to be super easy, but I did want to let you know that I did encounter that issue. Another thing is that just be aware, since this is a fabric, it's going to have a little bit of a loose space. So even at the tightest position here, as you see, this does wiggle if you touch it. And when you are pulling this out, you can see right here that it starts folding. So you might be able to see it. If you are a perfectionist, you have OCD, you might notice it. Otherwise, you will not notice it, as I don't really notice it. I know that it is there, and when I do this, it's the fabric there, but it doesn't bother me at all. This just really fits nicely, but I did wanted to point that out for y'all. Another thing I want you to be aware is it's not going to be a very perfect fit at some situation. It's probably the car build. There's something, Teslas are known to have different builds at times. And right here, there is that opening. Here also, there is an opening for me. You may not have this, but I just wanted to make it very clear that for me, there are some openings around, but it doesn't bug me. It does the job. It's an awesome accessory. But overall, this is my favorite sunshade so far for a Tesla Model 3 or Model Y, and this works really well, exactly what I expected it to do, and this is going to be super helpful for our road trips, especially long road trips when I have passengers in the rear as well. This is definitely going to reduce the sun's glare and sun's heat, especially on the heat waves and all the heat that we are getting these days. This is a super handy product. I absolutely recommend it if you need a solution like this on your Tesla Model Y, or they also make it for Tesla Model 3. I will do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed the video and you found the product helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Share our video and product link with your friends and families or other Tesla owners that might benefit from this product and from this video, and help us grow so that we can continuously bring videos like this in the future. Please make sure to use the discount code Shiva Tesla, where you can save significant amount of money during checkout. Thank you very much for your continued support to the channel. I'll be back again soon with another Tesla video.